Hello, happy International Women's Day. My name is Kellie McCord from Kellie's Tutoring. I specialise in working with children in primary school, secondary school, special educational needs and adult learners as well. So one of the times in which I challenged gender inequality was in a inner city school in London. I had taken a group of boys who were having some English booster sessions, so it was a small group. And one of the boys decided to call me the B word. He said I was a little beep, you know. And I was quite shocked because of the age of these group of boys. They were 15, 16. So yes, they are still children, but they are obviously going into the next stage of their lives, which is college or an apprenticeship, preparing for work. And I really wanted to nip that in the bud before they took that out into the bigger world and, you know, cause further harm to others and impact their own lives as well. So rather than getting angry, what I chose to do was to get him to stand up and repeat the word. And initially he refused. He was feeling quite abashed, but he finally did. And then I wrote it on the board for the class to see. I then asked them all to look the word up in a dictionary. They all said it was a female dog. And I asked them, well, why is it now used to describe women and what does it actually mean? And they gave me their own interpretation, of somebody being annoying, of just being horrid. And I said, well, would you use it for a man? And they said, yeah, they would. But I said, well, but what does that mean when you use it to a man? And why is it insulting? And they talked about it and discussed it and said, well, yeah, it's because we're ultimately calling them a woman. And I said, well, how would you feel if somebody called their mother or their aunts or their sisters that? And initially they started to say allow it, and then they said, oh, well, if they deserved it. And so then I said, well, who decides who deserves to be called what? And I asked, well, is there a male equivalent to that word? And they said no. And by questioning them, they got really to think about the inequalities in the language that we use. And I think it's really important that when we challenge somebody, that we get them to think about it. Because if you try to be aggressive with it, this is a classroom setting with children, you are only going to instigate more anger. So it's always best to come from a place of calm, even if you think what they're saying is wrong. And that's why I chose to challenge that boy and the class. And I'd like to think that it had a positive impact.